Before the gods of Olympus, before humanity, there was an age of chaos, power, and fear. This is the story of the war that forged the cosmos, a battle between father and son, between old gods and new. This is the Titanomachy, the war of the gods, when Cronus, the youngest and most ambitious of the Titans, overthrew his father Uranus. The heavens trembled. The age of the Titans began. For a while, there was peace. Cronus and his sister wife Rhea ruled from the misty peak of Mount Olympus, and the universe seemed to find its balance. But fate had already woven a thread of vengeance, a prophecy that would shatter this fragile calm and shake the very foundations of creation. The old god Uranus, as he fell from power, had cursed his son with his final gurgling breath. "As you have done to me, so shall your own child do to you. You will be dethroned by your own flesh and blood." These words became a poison in Cronus's mind. Though he was the king of the cosmos, he lived in constant, gnawing fear. Each time Rhea gave birth to a child, that fear became a monstrous reality. To defy destiny, he committed an unspeakable act. One by one, he devoured his own children as soon as they were born. Hestia, goddess of the hearth; Demeter, goddess of the harvest; Hera, future queen of the gods; Hades, lord of the underworld; and Poseidon, ruler of the seas. He swallowed them whole, imprisoning them in the darkness of his own gut. Rhea's heart was shattered by an endless cycle of grief. When she found herself pregnant with her sixth child, she knew she could not let history repeat itself. Desperate, she sought the counsel of her own parents, Gaia, the earth, and the fallen Uranus, the sky. They devised a plan. Rhea fled to the distant island of Crete, and in the deep, secret sanctuary of a cave on Mount Ida, she gave birth to a son. His name was Zeus. To deceive her paranoid husband, Rhea wrapped a large stone in swaddling clothes and presented it to Cronus. Blinded by his terror, the Titan king swallowed the decoy without a second thought, believing the prophecy had been thwarted once more. But far away, the real Zeus was safe. He was nursed by the gentle goat Amalthea, his infant cries masked by the clang of spears and shields from the curate, armored spirits who danced and clashed their weapons to protect the hidden god. As Zeus grew in strength and wisdom, his grandmother Gaia whispered to him of his true identity, of his swallowed siblings, and of the grand destiny that awaited him, to liberate his family and bring a new order to the cosmos. When Zeus reached manhood, he was ready. He returned to the court of the Titans, his identity concealed, and took a position as Cronus's royal cupbearer. It was there, with the help of Metis, the goddess of wisdom, that he put his plan into motion. He mixed a powerful potion into his father's drink. The effect was immediate and violent. Cronus convulsed, and one by one he regurgitated the children he had swallowed. Out they came, not as infants, but as fully grown gods and goddesses, their hearts burning with a desire for vengeance. As his siblings stood beside him, the sky cracked open with a deafening roar of thunder. Zeus revealed his true form, lightning flashing in his eyes. He called his brothers and sisters to arms, and in that moment, the long-dreaded war began. The Titanomachy, the War of the Titans. For 10 long, brutal years, the war raged across creation. It was a conflict of unimaginable scale. From their fortress on Mount Olympus, Cronus led the elder Titans, Iapetus, Atlas, Hyperion, and Cuius, a force of raw, primordial power. From the opposing peak of Mount Olympus, Zeus and his siblings, the new generation of gods, fought back with a furious determination. The cosmos itself became their battlefield. Zeus hurled lightning that splintered mountains. Poseidon's rage caused the seas to boil and tidal waves to crash over the land. The very earth groaned under the weight of their cataclysmic struggle. Mountains burned, forests turned to ash, and the sky was a constant storm of fire and fury. But despite the devastation, neither side could gain a decisive advantage. The war was a stalemate, a deadlock of divine power that threatened to tear the universe apart. It was then, at the peak of the conflict, that Gaia, the ancient Earth Mother, intervened once more. She saw the endless destruction and knew that the balance had to be tipped. She revealed a secret to her grandson Zeus. Victory was impossible without freeing the allies whom Uranus had imprisoned eons ago, the ones locked away in Tartarus, the deepest pit of the underworld, the Cyclopes and the Hecatonchires. Zeus descended into the abyssal darkness of Tartarus. He found the one-eyed Cyclopes and the 100-handed Hecatonchires bound in massive chains, forgotten by the cosmos. He shattered their bonds and set them free. Overwhelmed with gratitude, the Cyclopes, master craftsmen, forged legendary weapons for the new gods. For Zeus, they created his ultimate weapon, the master thunderbolt. For Poseidon, they crafted the earth-shaking trident. And for Hades, they made the helm of invisibility, a cap that allowed its wearer to move unseen through the shadows. The Hecatonchires, with their 100 arms each, joined the fray with a terrifying fury. They tore entire mountains from the earth and hurled them at the Titans, creating a relentless storm of rock and destruction. With these new allies and their powerful weapons, the tide of the war finally turned. The final assault was a spectacle of divine wrath. Zeus, from the heights of Olympus, unleashed a non-stop barrage of thunder and lightning, searing the heavens. Poseidon struck the earth with his trident, causing earthquakes that shattered the Titan's mountain fortress. Hades, cloaked in his helm of darkness, moved among the enemy like a phantom, creating chaos and confusion. The 100-handed giants overwhelmed the Titans with an avalanche of boulders. The raw power of the old gods was no match for the combined might, strategy, and righteous fury of the Olympians and their allies. One by one, the Titans fell. Defeated and broken, they were cast down from their mountain and hurled into the inescapable prison of Tartarus. The mighty Hecatonchires were posted as their eternal guards, standing vigilant before the great bronze gates of the abyss. Cronus, the fallen king who once ruled everything, was gone. Some stories say he was imprisoned with his brethren in the eternal darkness. Others, more merciful, claim he was exiled to the Isles of the Blessed, a paradise reserved for the souls of heroes to rule in peaceful obscurity. A few Titans who had not fought against Zeus were spared. Oceanus, who had remained neutral, was left to his rivers. And the brothers Prometheus and Epimetheus, who had wisely sided with the Olympians, were also spared this terrible fate. With the Titans finally defeated, a new era dawned, the age of the Olympians. Zeus, now the undisputed king of gods and men, divided the rule of the cosmos with his brothers. He claimed the heavens and the sky as his domain. To Poseidon, he gave dominion over the seas and all its waters, and to Hades, he gave the vast, mysterious realm of the underworld. The earth itself was left as common ground, a place where the paths of gods and mortals would forever cross. For a time, order and harmony were restored, but this story is more than just a tale of a divine war. The Titanomachy is a powerful symbol. It represents the victory of order over chaos, of intellect over brute force, and of a new, more refined generation over the old, untamed one. The Titans were the embodiment of nature's raw, primal forces, ancient, vast, and uncontrollable. The Olympians, in contrast, represented a more structured universe governed by law, reason, and cosmic order. This epic struggle reflects a timeless theme in our own world. the constant battle for balance between creation and destruction, chaos and harmony, fate and free will. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into myth. If you enjoyed this story and want to explore more tales from the ancient world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Until next time, stay curious.